What is poppin', fam? Hispanic here, coach reviewer Reno Acerola, and this is MLBA Season 3, Week 1, against Shuckle King and the Philadelphia Absols. And so let's take a look at his team. Let's take a look at what he could have possibly brought to this showdown. He could have brought Naganondel, Lander Aside, Mew, Alolan Ninetales, Skarmory, Lanoon, Thundurus Team, Mega Gallade, and Kingler. I know Kingler's cut off, but his last mon is indeed a Kingler. Okay, so this is a really scary ass team. Every team in this league is scary as hell, even mine. So he has Naganondel with Aurora Veil and Screens and a freaking Lander Aside and a Thundy T. Who let him get this team? Jesus Christ. And he's able to have Naganondel, Naganondel and Thundy as Z-Mons. Jesus. Okay, so here's what I've brought to possibly have any chance of beating this team. I didn't like my odds from the team preview. His team's busted as hell, but then I guess so is mine. I have Mega Metagross and Protean Ninja, but then after that, it's just meh. I mean, yeah, but Mega Metagross, Protean Ninja, but I really just have meh after that. I have Salazzle, Mimikyu. I mean, he's got just big threats all around, and a support crew. I just have two big threats. So here's what I brought. We got Scarf Protean Ninja, because enough speed to outspeed Naganondel at +1. So every time Naganondel gets a kill, Greninja just comes in and claims another soul. So I could really see this game being sack for sack. We have typical Metagross here, just to punch holes through his team. I believe that is a Spadef Claydol, to try to maybe have something that can switch it to the Naganondel. Naganondel is... Okay, I'm just going to say it outright. I faced Naganondel. This is my second go-around with Naganondel, and it is really... This is my second go-around facing Naganondel. The first time I faced Naganondel was in GBL, and I beat it fairly handily. I made sure I had some priority on the team. I made sure I had something that could outspeed it at +1. Or just outspeed it in general. And it's in league format, I gotta say, I think it should be banned. Both times I've prepped for it, I really found myself trying to make sure I had a way to check it. And if there's a mon on, I really try to make sure I had a way to check it, and it's really, really hard to check, because it's slower than Revile, but it gets a +1 speed boost on a kill, and if this thing sets up a nasty plot, it's just all over. So even though I kind of handled it quite well, I feel like I've handled it quite well this game and in my game in GBL. I think it should be banned in league format. That's just my thoughts on Naganondel. In the format. You guys also looking at Shuckle King's team. He has an Alolan Ninetales. And Aurora Ninetales gets a move called Aurora Veil, which it's kind of like both Light Screen and Reflect, and it's only set up in Hail. And you can only set up in Hail. So, and one big reason Naganondel is allowed in some leagues is because of its pitiful defenses. But if you compare that with like Screens or an Aurora Veil, it's over, because now it can actually tank some hits. Your typical priority mons can't handle it well. So it's... Based on stats alone, move pool alone, it's not really that ban-worthy, but in league format, with all the stuff you could pair it with, and with limited checks to it because of its speed, and limited switch-ins on top of that, I think it should be banned in the format. Okay, so now back to the team. We have, I think that's a Spadef Claydol. I forgot. I had this battle a while ago. I forgot what the Claydol was. I think it was Spadef for Naganondel. No, it was Fizdef. It was Fizdef for Gallade. Yeah, it was Fizdef to deal with Gallade. Mimikyu was just standard SD, 3 attacks. Salazzle here was just a wall-breaking set. It was Nasty Plot. It was Nasty Plot, 2 attacks, and Toxic. Because I was trying to use this thing with Toxic as Skarmory because of Corrosion. I can even Toxic the Naganondel too, which is very nice. This thing just comes in and clicks Toxic. Like, he can't switch in Skarmory and take a Toxic because Corrosion can Toxic the Skarmory. And Rotom was a Spadef set with Choppleberry and Foul Play. This was for a potential SD Gallade, Galley cannot freely SD on Rotom because I just click foul play and kill it. Alright, so that's my team. His team's right here. He brought that scary ass Naganondel. I really think it should be banned. It was banned in ladder, and in my experiences with League, I think it's banned. It's definitely more broken than Maguna. It's definitely more broken than Maguna. It's more broken than Lele. I even think it's more broken than Mega Mawile. Because at least Mega Mawile is slow. Really slow. Yeah, it hits like a truck, but it's slow as hell. I'm using it right now in a league in GBL as well, and I'm kind of unimpressed by it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a great mod, but I'm just unimpressed. It's really underwhelming me so far in that league. Maybe I'm just using it wrong. Whatever. I'm 1-1 in that league so far. So we shall see what happens. But now let's see what happens in this game. I know I'm going off on tangents here. I gave my thoughts on Naganondel in the format. I really think it's more broken than Mega Mawile. Alright, so now let's see how this played out. My second go around with Naganondel. He leads with his Gallade. I decided to lead with my Greninja. I decided to lead Greninja because I pretty much had a good lead matchup on anything, especially since I'm Choice Scarfed. So if you try to lead with Landorus or Naganondel, I could just click an Ice Beam. If he goes into Ninetales, that's fine. I could just easily go Rotom or something. And, well, I could just go Rotom or just go Salazzle on that. But he decides to Mega Evolve right away. Probably scouting to see him Scarfed. I do U-turn there, because I was just trying to get momentum. And then I go into my Salazzle as he clicks Drain Punch, which is okay. That is completely fine. And then he just goes into his threat right away. And I just click Fire Blast. It does 40%. That was a resisted hit, too. I just decided to sack here because I thought... Because another thing about Naganondel is you cannot let this thing set up. That is one big thing about Naganondel. If it sets up in your face, it's all over. Because this thing at +2 has no switch-ins at all. And it's going to get a speed boost every time you kill something, so it will be able to outspeed your Scarfers, except for like a Scarf Greninja. But alas, this thing has 122 base speed. Or no, 121, sorry. This thing has 121 base speed. Not a lot can outspeed it with a Scarf Greninja can. But really not a lot. And if it has full health, I believe it takes an E speed from Bandit Zydoge. So yeah, this thing's broken. I think it should be banned. Okay, so now back to the battle. He kills off my Salazzle here because really all that thing did was just click Toxic on literally anything. I think I clicked Dragon Pulse that turn too. So I couldn't switch out into my Claydol because for my Rotom, just in case he clicked Nasty Plot, because that was game right there. So he kills off my Salazzle, that's fine, because I'm fine with him getting the speed boost, because I can just go in my Greninja. So he goes back into the Gallade, and I click Ice Beam, because I really didn't see any reason not to. And that was clearly a roll, so I just go into my Claydol here. He clicks Drain Punch, that's fine. He's going to really get nothing from that. As he decides to just SD in my face, I don't understand why he tried to SD in the face of a Claydol, because that's still going to do nothing, because I'm Fizz Def. And I could just spam Psychic here. Really, the only thing Claydol was here for was the Gallade. Rotom was there more for Naganondel. And also Greninja just checks Naganondel at all times. I did get the Spadef drop there, which is really nice for me, but unfortunate for him. He does reveal the Shadow Sneak, but now he is clearly in range of any attack from my Greninja. He just goes to Shadow Sneak for damage, gets a crit. Whatever, so be it. Now he dies. He's got to know I'm Scarf now. But then he goes into his Thundy. I didn't really understand that play, kind of because I was Scarf, but then I did Cal. He did take an Ice Beam. Not an Ice Beam. He did take a Surf. So yeah, that's why. He goes right for the Aurora Veil. As I click Volt Switch, I really didn't want Aurora Veil up. But now the Metagross comes in, and I knew this thing was going to be the switch. And I missed a Meteor Mash on it. That's fine. But this thing's probably Rocky Helmet. He is Rocky Helmet. Rocky Helmet Scarm is a really good Metagross counter. Rocky Helmet Scarm is a really good Metagross counter. I remember facing that in ICBA as well. He's just going to go for Roost. I go hard on my Greninja because this thing is clearly max Fizz Def. And judging by that damage, he is most certainly max Fizz Def. So I just go back into my Metagross here. I'm just trying at this point to stall out turns of that. As he goes back into Naganadel, I have to sack here. I can't let this thing set up a nasty plot. I don't care if he kills off my Metagross, then I just go in Greninja and scare him out. But he does happen to stay in here. Maybe he didn't think I was Scarfed, but I just do end up going for an Ice Beam and killing him. As now he goes into his Ninetales, I go back into my Rotom. He sets up the Aurora Veil. He just goes for Moonblast there, which is alright. And here, this is the choke of the century. That was the choke of the century, because I could have still won the game with Mimikyu. I was trying to win the game with Mimikyu. But the fact that I was able to reset his turns on Aurora Veil really hurt me. I really didn't need rocks off the field because Greninja plus Mimikyu still had a chance to win this game. I needed that. I don't understand what I was thinking with that Defog play, because I definitely needed rocks on the field to be able to deal with his Landorus and his Thundurus, because +2 Mimikyu kills him. I believe +2 Mimikyu, Spooky Plate, Shadow Claw is able to kill his Thundy after 2 rounds of rocks. He rated 1 round of rocks on him. I should have clicked Volt Switch and went into. Because Volt Switch is the only attacking move. I should have either clicked Volt Switch or Paint Split. I should not have defogged that turn, because now he's able to reset his turns of Aurora Veil. I should have just tried to kill him off here. I know I couldn't go Greninja, but I didn't go Greninja because I still needed that for Skarmory. I maybe could have went for Will-O-Wisp here just to make a neutral play. Because I didn't need Rotom anymore. I needed Greninja and Mimikyu more. Because with Aurora Veil gone, Mimikyu just sets up an SD on. I just don't understand that play. But that play does suck. That play really does. That play was really bad. Just a really bad play on my end. I was able to kill off this Ninetales here, but it's really no use at this point. He does have the Light Clay, so Aurora Veil is going to last the max amount of turns. And really, I'm just making a last-ditch effort here, trying to set up on my Mimikyu. At +2, Shadow Sneak doesn't even kill his Lando. It 2 KOs this. I am able to pick off his. Not even able. I really should not have defogged there. It is going to end up costing me the game. I am going to be able to kill his Thundy here with a Surf. But I really needed that Aurora Veil gone. He did end up being Yachi Lando, which is why I clicked Surf that turn. But alas, we are going to take an L here in week 1 because I'm a dumbass and clicked Defog on that Ninetales. Not saying that was a guaranteed choke, but it was a really big misplay. I wouldn't really call it a choke because I should have clicked like Wisp or something. I had Wisp on my Rotom too. When I had Defog, Foul Play, Volt Switch, and Wisp. I should have clicked Wisp that turn on that Alola Ninetales just to make a neutral play on it, and I should have just stayed in. I should have just continually stayed in on it. I should have tried to stall out turns of Aurora Veil with my Rotom on the field, rather than defog my rocks and his rocks, because my rocks don't matter. I should have just tried, and I needed rocks on his side too. I should not have defogged that turn. I don't know what I was thinking, but it did end up costing me the game. So we are taking an L week 1, 2-0. This was a divisional game too, which sucks. So Hispanic out. Hopefully we can rebound week 2. Peace out.